Arbonne. And I'm just thrilled as we continue to grow New York City and the whole tri-state community. I just love that we represent so many different teams in Arbonne. I love it. I just love it. And I love this whole community of people who are driving this business forward in New York City. Tonight we have the amazing Camilla Scott-Eves, who is here from Toronto. Camilla is a wife. Camilla is a mom. Camilla is the top income earner in Canada and one of the very top income earners globally for Arbonne. She's built an amazing business. And, you know, what I would say, the thing that I like the most about Camilla is she tells it just like it is. She's very direct, and she's very real. And with that, I'll turn it over to my friend, the MVP, Camilla Eves.
Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for coming. It's so exciting. I'm so happy to be here. New York is my favorite city in the world. So I love coming here, and I love that it's so full and exciting for everybody. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself. As Millie said, my name is Camilla Scott-Eves. I am an Executive National Vice President and an Independent Consultant with Arbonne. And I'm going to tell you a bit about my story, how I got involved with this business, and some of the things that I've been able to do with this incredible opportunity. And then we're going to go through this amazing short presentation. If you do have any questions, just hold those to the end, and we're happy for you to come on up and ask a question afterwards. So I actually am celebrating 8.5 years in this business, which is just insane to me how quickly time flies. I cannot believe I've been doing Arbonne for 8.5 years. I'm a singer and an actress, and that's all I've ever done, other than Arbonne and waitressing. At the time that I was introduced to Arbonne, I was in a show in Toronto called We Will Rock You. And before that, I had a really great career. You know, I'm going to be 56 years old this summer. What? I know, isn't that crazy? And I just want to say, I have no makeup on. I have blush, mascara. I only wore mascara for you guys. I don't even usually wear that. And lip gloss. That's it, right? So this is 8.5 years of beautiful, safe, amazing products. So 8.5 years ago, I was in We Will Rock You. I before that, had an amazing career for a very long time, lots of six-figure income years. I had my own talk show in Canada. I was one of the leads on the series Due South. I was on Melissa Horton on Days of Our Lives. I'm the mama bear on the Berenstain Bears. If your kids watch that cartoon series, that's my voice. And I've done a ton of work. Like, I was a very fortunate actress. I worked all the time. I loved that I got to do something that I actually was able to make a living at, that I loved and was passionate about. And I was really super grateful for that. But I was in an industry that is obsessed with youth. And the alternative to growing old is dying. So I was still happy to keep growing, but sadly, you know, my career, as every year that I got older, the jobs became fewer and further between. And by the time I was offered the lead, one of the leads in We Will Rock You, they offered it to me at a 60% pay cut from my rate. And I want you to just think about that for a second. Like, what would, if you were the main income earner in your household, and 60% of your household income were to disappear today, what would your life look like? And so for me, it was very stressful. My husband and I had a 2.5-year-old son, and I didn't sleep at night. I laid in bed every night going, oh my gosh, like, what are we gonna do? We're in trouble. We every month, some months we could make it to the end of the month, but more months we couldn't. And it was every month getting a little bit worse. Every month that you can't do that, there's a little bit less the next time. So it was really stressful. It was a very stressful time. On top of that, musical theater super time consuming. You know, I left my house 6 days a week at around noon for matinees or rehearsals, got home at midnight, and I missed my son's first Halloween. So that was like the big, oh my God, like there he went off trick-or-treating in his little Woody costume, and his little buddy his best friend was Buzz, and then I was going to We Will Rock You, and my husband got to take them, and I was devastated. And I just thought, oh my gosh, like I don't ever want to miss anything. And then Arbonne came into my life. So my friend said, hey, I have an amazing business opportunity for you. It's a health and wellness company called Arbonne. They're new in Canada. And I thought, oh my gosh, Arbonne's looking for a spokesperson. I'm going to be that person. And I met with her at a Starbucks, and she told me all about Arbonne. She did this presentation, and I sat there the whole time numb. I was so sad that there was no business no big contract coming my way, and then I was angry. So first I was numb because, oh my gosh, there's no job offer here, and then I was like, I can't believe I just spent an hour. My time was so precious to me back then because I could have been with my son for that 1 hour before I left for the theater. And I said absolutely no to Amy Sky, God bless her, she stuck with me. But I said absolutely not, I'm not interested, Amy. I could never see myself doing anything like that. Thank you for thinking of me, good luck to you, but no, that's not for me. And she sent me home with some products, which I was also angry about, because I've already told you I had no money. So I'm like, oh great crap, now she wants me to try her product, so I'm her friend, like I feel like I have to buy something now. And then she gave me a gift for a meeting with her, so now I really felt like I needed to buy something, which made me even madder. And so I went home and I told my husband about it, and I was like, oh my God, Amy's got some lipstick business, I don't know what's happened to her life, but clearly hers sucks and it's worse than mine. And he said, I want you to think about it for a minute. He said, Amy Sky is the smartest person we know. She's a brilliant businesswoman. He had known Amy longer than he had known me, and we've been together for 29 years, so he's known her a long time. And he said, Amy Sky is a brilliant businesswoman, and if she is telling you that this is a great opportunity, it is a great opportunity. And you need to call her up, and you need to do it with her, because you have absolutely nothing to lose. And he was right. I was letting my ego make a decision for me, and I had no business letting my ego do anything at that point in my life. So I called her up. I'm sure she thought I was crazy because I just spent like 15 minutes being vehemently a no. And I called her up and said, okay, I'm in. And I started. I didn't know anything when I started Arbonne. So here's the thing, you guys. I started a health and wellness business in a network marketing company that is internet-based. I have never taken a business class in my life. I never wanted to own a business. I never wanted to have to do anything to do with business. That's what agents are for. I knew nothing about health and wellness. I'm a person who doesn't wear makeup, who thinks that the shower water gets the dirt off. It doesn't. I had never heard of Arbonne. I had never heard of network marketing. I'm a baby boomer. I didn't know how to use a computer. So I started this business about as far out on the skinny branch as you can get. And what I did have, though, was a desire for a big life. And I'd had that desire my whole life. When I was young, not actually that young, so old, in the 70s, who watched a television show called Heart to Heart? Yeah, okay, yay. So there used to be this television series called Heart to Heart with Stephanie Powers, Robert Wagner, and they drove matching white Mercedes-Benz convertibles. So my dream car, for as long as I can remember, has been a white Mercedes-Benz, right? So for me, all I wanted was desperately was to live a big life. I loved the idea of leaving a big footprint, of doing big things. I just wanted big everything. And so when I started the business, I didn't know anything except that. And that was all I needed to know. I loved the product. I loved that it was safe. I didn't know there were chemicals in products. I'm like, how is that possible that the government lets us use things that make us sick? But apparently they do. And so I thought, okay, well that's not good. I need to tell people about that, because if I didn't know it, maybe other people don't know it. And that's really how I got started. In the 8.5 years that I have done this business, my life has become unrecognizable. Now I just want to preface that by saying, I worked really hard to build this business. Who works hard? Okay, because you know what, you guys? I worked harder to be a working actor. And my hardest day in Arbonne is still easier than my easiest day as an actor. So I worked super hard to build this business, but I did anyway. I've been working hard since I was 15 years old. That's a lot of work. And so I worked super hard, but the difference now is, instead of making producers money and building other people's businesses, I was doing it for me and for my family and to leave my legacy and to make my footprint on this world. And so today our life looks really different. My son goes to an amazing school. They had a quick little school trip this week, and I said to my husband, oh my gosh, he has to be at school at 7:30 Tuesday morning, and we don't have to pick him up till Friday at 4. Let's go to New York. Okay, boom, off we go, right? That's our life now. We, a few years ago, we paid my mom and dad's mortgage off for them. So my dad's 87 and my mom's 82. And they are going to live out the last years of their life mortgage free and just with enough, right? They have enough. They don't have to worry about anything. So think about that, like how awesome that was. And it's not like they had some big crazy house or anything and with a big old mortgage, but it was there and I paid it. And it's funny because my sister and I have this competition thing where she always tries to find a bigger card than me. Once I pay my mom's mortgage off, I win forever. But I thought, you know, how awesome would that feel? My mom every day for 2 years, she still thanks me. She's like, oh, but she always like, do you need me to buy anything from Arbonne? I'm like, no, Mom, I'm good. She's like, I'm like, what do you need, Mom? I'll just give it to you. No, I can't do that. But anyway, so I love that kind of stuff, right? I love that we get to do that. My sister has 2 boys that are really smart. She's a cook, right? In a diner. She loves what she does. She's passionate about food and cooking, but she doesn't make any money. So I paid for her boys to go to university because I could. And I love that we get to do really cool things for people that are important to us. This summer, I'm taking my son to Guatemala, and he's going to volunteer with me in an orphanage for a week. Because I really want him to understand how lucky he is. And I love that I get to do that for him. I love that this business opportunity, and I work super hard for it, but it pays me back in ways that I could never, ever have imagined. So with that said, let's talk about Arbonne. So, I point as if I want you to change it after I said vehemently that I will change it. Okay, so, but I do need you to see the date. So basically, in this presentation, I'm just those are all the things we're gonna cover over the next, 5 or 10 slides. But I want you to follow along the bottom with me for just a second. So in 1975, our founder, who is Petter Mork. So Petter Mork, he was kind of a hippie. He was a Norwegian businessman, but he wore red glasses and Birkenstocks. He was way weirdo out of nobody would recognize that kind of person way back then. And he had a passion for 2 things. The first thing he wanted to do was he wanted to create safe products that moms could afford to put on their children. And his second goal was to create female millionaires, because Petter felt that female millionaires will make the world a better place. So we have so many men now in Arbonne. I like to change that a little bit and just say people who care about other people should do Arbonne and become millionaires, because we will do great things with money, like take our children to Guatemala and make a difference, right? But I love that that was Petter's mission. Safe products that women could afford to put on their children. That's why he chose the business model of network marketing, because you could create these amazing safe products, but they would still be affordable. And then I love that, of course, he wanted to create female millionaires, because he felt like women would use the money to do great things for the world. I'm just going to skip ahead to 2006. Excuse me, in 2000, I need a little drink of water, it's dry in here. A little bit of dust. Allergies. Terrible allergies. Okay, so 2006. Arbonne was in 1980 we founded. In 2006 we were 26 years old, and our company was experiencing phenomenal growth. And it was time for Arbonne to introduce itself to the rest of the world. And they decided to do that first with Canada. So yay for us in Canada. We were very lucky that that's where they came first. In 2007, they expanded into the UK and Australia. In 2009, our current CEO, Kay Zanotti, joined Arbonne. And I love Kay. I think she is a brilliant businesswoman. She has over 20 years with Procter & Gamble, where she ran the #1 performing division for that company, which was the Women's Health and Vitality division. From there, she moved on to McDonald's. She was instrumental in the Healthy Lifestyle Initiative at McDonald's and really moving that company into the 21st century in terms of the meal choices. And now she's ours. And I love that she, we're expanding into Germany next year, which is super exciting for us. But Kay comes from this very man's world, right? This man's business world, where she actually lived in Germany for many, many years with Procter & Gamble, where she helped them grow that Women's Health and Vitality division. And now, she raised her kids there, and she worked there in that man's world, and now we're going there. So she's super excited about that. I love that we're going into Germany next year. It's really going to be cool. In 2012, so Kay comes from that really crazy corporate background, and once she came into Arbonne in 2009 and really started to experience the culture of this company, she'd never seen anything like that. We have a culture of helping people and making a difference. And so in 2012, Kay wanted to sort of take that and really run with it, the idea of that kind of culture. And she created what we now have, which is the Arbonne Charitable Foundation. And they do work with teens. So the Charitable Foundation works with teens to build self-esteem and confidence, and I love that foundation is ours. It is the consultant's foundation. So we, as consultants, can apply for a grant and take that money into our own communities and help in our own communities. So if you have a teen organization that you feel really strongly about and you want to help out or do an event for them, you can actually apply for a grant from Arbonne and they will give you that money for your event. All the money that is raised for the Arbonne Charitable Foundation goes to the kids. Not a single penny goes to administration costs. Arbonne covers the cost for everything. Every penny goes to the kids. We've raised over $4.3 million and helped over 155,000 teens. And our mission at Arbonne is to be the #1 network marketing company in the world that gives back. How amazing is that? Like, I'm so proud to work for a company that has that as their mission statement. Okay, in 2014, it was time to start a non-English speaking country, and we chose Poland. So for us, it was a big deal to go into a non-English speaking country, but it's gone phenomenally well. And I believe we've promoted, there are 3 regional vice presidents now in Poland and a national vice president in qualification who may have finished last month, I haven't heard. In 2016, we expanded into New Zealand. So New Zealand was like a nice offshoot from Australia. It's going phenomenally well in New Zealand. And then we went into Taiwan in the fall of last year. So Taiwan is the biggest network marketing market in the world. And that, like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting, right? And this year, of course, at CNTC is the Canadian National Training Conference. At GTC, we launched our shopping app, which is super exciting, and then, of course, the improved RE9 set. So I love that we are always moving forward and expanding and being bigger and better and brighter and a phenomenal opportunity. Okay, so we'll touch on all of that again now throughout the presentation. So, I want to talk first of all on how we earn money, right? You guys are here to hear about a business opportunity, and with that comes an income. And we want to get that out of the way right away. So we make money 4 ways in Arbonne, and the first way we make money is commissions. So every single independent consultant, and that includes like me, every single person who does Arbonne is an independent consultant. If you join your business today and you sell a product to somebody, you make commission off that product. That's the right now money, right? The second way we make money is called overrides. Overrides are the money that you earn, or the percentage of money that you earn from your team building efforts. So all of the sales that happen throughout your organization, you get paid something on that as well. That's your overrides. And that's really, you guys, that's the future, right? As your business continues to grow and expand into the rest of the world and grow and expand again and grow, as that continues to happen over time, the overrides grow with it. So that's really the future of your business. That's your legacy. The third way we make money is the Mercedes-Benz cash bonus program. So when I started Arbonne, I just hoped there was a Benz, because I told everybody, but there wasn't one yet in where I lived. So I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they have a Benz. But now there are 80 of those in my organization, which is really cool. So when you make it to the 3rd out of 4 management levels, you don't even have to get to the top. 3rd management level, boom, they put money on your paycheck, and you can go and get yourself a white Mercedes-Benz. If your costs are less than the money they give you, and I'm not saying, what do you get in the US? $800. So go get yourself a car that's $400 a month, you just keep the rest for gas or whatever you want, right? So that's your Mercedes-Benz cash bonus. And then at the end, there's cash bonuses. So the entry level into Arbonne is called independent consultant, and then there are 4 management levels all the way up to where I am, which is national vice president. At every single level, there's an opportunity to earn a cash bonus, and they range in price from $100 to $600. I'm from Canada, and the numbers are different in Canada. So from $100 to $600 extra a month, and the way you earn those is through sponsoring and sales activities. So that's how you make money in Arbonne. Here's how much you can make. So, in the US, we have our average monthly incomes and the average time to each position. So as a district manager, a lot of times you're a team of 1 or a team of 1 or 2 people. So your overrides, your team building efforts isn't going to be the biggest part of your paycheck. A lot of times as a district manager, the commission side of your paycheck is the bigger side. So you're going to earn on average in the US about $278 a month. But you know what, you guys? $278 a month extra in my home when I started Arbonne made a difference. It made a big difference. That was my car payment, right? So But it wasn't until I made it to the second management level that my life changed forever. So as an area manager in the United States, you're going to average about $1,400 a month. That was my car payment and my mortgage, and I slept. That's where my life changed forever, where I all of a sudden now had hope. I knew I could pay my bills. Even if Arbonne never went any further than that, I knew we were going to be okay. I could pay my bills, and whatever I earned as an actor was going to feed us and pay the phone bill. And that was it. Like, the area manager, to me, it has such a special place in my heart because it's really where your life changes there. That's not the best part, though. We also then have willable businesses. As soon as you become an area manager, your business becomes an asset that you own. You put your business in your will, and your beneficiary inherits it from you, which is insane when you think about that. Like, I have this crazy multi-million-dollar business now in every country that Arbonne is sold, and my 12-year-old meathead son is going to inherit it from me. So I have to be here for a long time before that happens. Okay, as a regional vice president in the United States, you're going to earn on average about $5,400 a month, and you're going to be driving that beautiful white Mercedes-Benz. $5,400 a month, you guys, that's $60,000 a year. That's more than the average American makes working full-time outside the home. You're making that working from your kitchen table, right? You're building this business around your life, as opposed to how everyone else on the planet does it, is where they build their family time around their work. So I love that. And then, of course, as a national vice president in the U.S., you're going to average about $240,000 a year, $250,000 a year. That's crazy money, right? That's crazy, life-changing, awesome, wow money. But that's not even what's most exciting. That's unlimited. There are no capped salaries. There are no glass ceilings. There are no boys make more than girls. There are no, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you don't have the credentials for that position, so you can't get promoted. You literally get paid for performance. So when I became a national vice president 6.5 years ago, I wasn't done. And I just kept growing and growing my business and talking to more people and bringing more people in and helping more people. And now I have 13 national vice presidents in my organization and 2 more in qualification right now. So the only thing that's changed over time for me is the amount of people in my organization, the amount of product being sold, and the numbers of zeros on my paycheck. And I love that. I love that my effort is going towards my legacy and not some amazing producers. Okay. So, oh, that's me. I'm sorry. I keep doing that to you. Keep doing that to you. So what is social marketing, network marketing, this industry that we are in? How many people have a cell phone? I mean, don't even one. Do we all? How many people check Facebook 5 times a day, right? Like, this is what we do. We live in a social networking world. And I have to say, you know, even 8.5 years ago when I started, we didn't. That's how it's coming so fast now. All this new, you know, and I'm like baby boomer, everything's scary to me in that world, but it's okay, I'm okay, because I have lots of young people in my organization, so they teach me. But this is the world we live in. We share through social media everything. And that's how these businesses are grown, simply by sharing. And social media allows us to share with people anywhere in the world from a cell phone, which is so super exciting. So when you sell your product that way, as opposed to a traditional retail model, which is really not working anymore, you know, lots of great, huge chains are closing doors every single day because the retail environment really doesn't work anymore. People are doing everything online. Social media rules right now. So when you take your product and you distribute it that way instead of that traditional retail model, you cut out a lot of middlemen, which saves the company a lot of time and a lot of money. And that time and the money goes back into 3 really important places. It goes back into the products. You know, we have a luxury brand with beautiful, healthy, nutritious, botanical ingredients that have a middle-of-the-road department store price tag. Like, that's crazy. If these products were sold for what they are actually worth, like we had to sell them in that retail environment where we had to pay all those steps of people, they'd be way out in the stratosphere price-wise. But we get to keep them at that middle-of-the-road department store price range because of the way the product is sold. The second place that the money we save goes is into researching and developing. Do you know that we're using stem cell research now to create product? Like, that is crazy wacko science. Like, I love that. I love that, you know, our anti-aging line now, the way they are extracting the vitamin C, which is how you create collagen and have beautiful skin at 56 years of age, is through stem cell research. Like, that's so cutting edge. I love that we are at the front of all of that. And then the third place the money goes is to us. with that phenomenal compensation plan I just spoke about, and so much more. You know, once you get to the VP level in this company, there's flowers on your birthday. We get gifts at Valentine's Day. We get flowers on Thanksgiving, like table centerpieces, Tiffany's at Christmas time, trips that we can earn. Like, Arbonne's my sugar daddy. He's out. Like, he's like, I can't compete with that. So it's really, really awesome. And the thing is, you guys, you do it anyway. You do it anyway. You know, we're fixing a bathroom in our house right now. Where do you think we found people for that? Not in the yellow pages, because that's what we used to do. Today we ask. We ask our friends, who did you use? Were they trustworthy? Did they come in on time? Did they, you know, did it cost what they said it was going to cost? Like, that's what we do. We ask when we need something. We share when we love something. That's the world we live in, so you're doing it anyway. And when you start a business with Arbonne, you just continue doing that with your Arbonne products. Okay, so why Arbonne, why now? So I'm going to read this one line because I love this. Social marketing is booming and people want more from the time they spend working. So the number one reason people start this business is money, but the second most important reason is time. You know, we live in such a crazy, insane, busy world where people are not doing anything but working. You know, you get up in the morning, you rush your kids, come on, hurry up, eat breakfast, hurry up, get dressed, hurry up, in the car, hurry up, and drop off at school, rush to work, rush back, get the kids, come on, hurry up, get them home, hurry up, eat, hurry up, homework, hurry up, get to bed, hurry up. That's life, every single day. You get to Saturday and you're dead, you're so exhausted you can't even talk to anybody. Your kids are like, Mom, shh, leave me alone, I'm exhausted, right? That's the world we live in, and so people want time. They want to enjoy their life. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. You know, you work so hard. You want to be able to enjoy it. These are the kinds of businesses that allow you to do that. We time leverage. I bring people into my Arbonne organization. I teach them how to do this without me. And they go do it without me. And I keep doing that over and over again. And over time, as people continue. Some people just buy product and never build a business. Some people build a little tiny wee business that pays the car payment. Some people build empires. But I have it all. And over time, that's what happened, right? So, and what I also love about that line is, regardless of age, generation, or socioeconomic level, anybody can start this business as long as you're 18 years of age. Men, women, young, old, black, white, purple, green, doesn't matter who you are. As long as you're 18 years old, you're allowed to start an Arbonne business. And I love that we really have the answer no matter what you do or where you come from. And I love this too. I love a lot, obviously. I just love everything. No. I love that the fastest growing age range in our organization right now are millennials. 33% of our company right now are millennials. Like, that is so exciting. All those young, energetic, amazing people. Makes me feel really, really hopeful. Okay, I love that we can be an entrepreneur in Arbonne. Because, you know, a lot of people have an entrepreneurial spirit, but they don't get to capitalize on it. Because they can't. They don't have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a franchise or start a business. They just can't. They don't have the means to do it. But with this kind of business model, the startup costs are low and the risk is minimal. You know, when my husband said to me, you need to do this, he literally said, okay, there's nothing to lose. And I always say to people, you know, sometimes we do the list thing, like my husband does that to me. He says all the time when I'm worried. He's like, okay, just make a list. What's the worst thing that can happen? What's the best thing that can happen? On the worst, when you make your list, is look good and feel great. That's the worst thing that can happen if you start an Arbonne business. That you will look and feel amazing. Like, that's it. And over here is all the stuff that can happen if it works. So, doesn't that feel like a no-brainer? Right? So I love that. You can work this business part-time or full-time. You can't work it sometimes. It's like a business, right? You got to do it consistently. But there's a full-time income potential. And you can build a global internet business, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Leverage your time, which I already talked about. A history of evergreen commitment. In 1975, when Petter came up with the idea of Arbonne, and in 1980, when we launched, we were vegan. We didn't test on animals. We were green. We were green and recycling when plastic was fantastic. So we really led the way. You know, in Irvine, California, where we have our main warehouse, UPS uses Arbonne's warehouse as an example to other companies of what a green warehouse looks like. Like, we plug our forklifts into solar panels at night. Like, we really take this seriously. It is our job to leave this earth better than the way we found it. And then we have consumable products I'm going to talk about in a second, and everything you need. I own an e-commerce business. It's on a cloud. Everything is done through the internet. I love that. I love that no matter where I am in the world, I can run my business through this piece of equipment. That is it, you guys. My life is in this phone. And if I lost my phone, it doesn't matter because it's all in Arbonne's phone, right? Okay. Alrighty. So let's talk about these products. My favorite product that Arbonne has to offer is the business opportunity. But the business opportunity wouldn't be what it is if the products weren't what they are. They are amazing. We are unique. You know, we don't really have any competition out there. We sell personal care products for every need and nutrition products with a clean ingredient policy. Nobody else does that. Nobody else sells both nutrition and personal care with a clean ingredient policy. And I also love that our ingredient policy is living and breathing. It changes all the time because you know what, you guys? So does science. And when other companies, when science changes and they come out and say, oh my gosh, parabens are no good for you, other companies say, well, not that bad. And if you don't use it too many times, you'll be okay. Arbonne says, oh, if it's not safe, we don't formulate with it. Let's reformulate everything and get rid of parabens. That's what they were doing when I joined Arbonne. We do it all the time. We are constantly reformulating as science comes out with better, safer, more effective ingredients. We reformulate and capitalize on that. I love that. Okay, so all of the products are plant-based formulations. So this is a botanical-based company. So we take the best of nature. You know, societies have been using the healing properties of nature for centuries to heal. So we take that philosophy, we combine it with green, safe science to create products that are actually beneficial, that do something good for you. We're built on Swiss heritage to European Union standards, the EU. They have the strictest, highest standards in the world. So every single country we expand into, we have to abide by all of the laws and regulations of every single country, but then we go one step further, above and beyond, and make sure we also abide by European Union. We clinically test, so all of the products are tested clinically. We use a third-party facility for that. We test on humans. It's called human voluntary insult patch testing. We do not test on animals. We never have, we never will. We are PETA acknowledged and cruelty-free certified, and we have been for 37 years. Love that. I love that. I love that. Makes me so proud of this company. We also have some other certifications. So we're vegan certified, no animal byproduct, no animal product, gluten-free certified. You know, gluten is the enemy, and it's only going to get worse. That's as we, as companies that continue to put more and more gluten in the products, that's going to become a thing. And we have the answer to that. You know, we have a nutrition line that is gluten-free and we're OU certified as well. We have a fantastic sports nutrition line that has a banned substance control certification, and we're certified no GMOs. So we're certified a lot. Okay, so our mantra for 37 years has been pure, safe, and beneficial, as I said. On the bottom there are all of the most commonly used ingredients in North America that we deem not safe enough. We choose not to formulate with those ingredients because they are not safe enough to be a part of Arbonne. So, animal product or byproduct. So if you look on your labels and you see all natural ingredients, you think, oh, I'm only using all natural. That's recycled animal waste. Collagen, lanolin, tallow, all those things translate to recycled animal waste. So do your research. No artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors. Those are added chemicals that are used to cover things up. We don't need that. We have beautiful, gorgeous, nutritious botanical oils. We're not covering anything up. No benzene, no carbon black, no formaldehyde-donating preservatives. We know what they use that for, right? You don't want that till you're dead. No mineral oil or petrolatum. Those are both byproducts of the gasoline industry, commonly used in skincare. No parabens or phthalates or SLS. Just beautiful, nutritious, gorgeous, clean, awesome products. Love it. Okay, so what do we have? We have everything. You know, we have skincare for everybody. I went to my sister's at Easter time, and my poor nephew, his name's Cameron, and his face was exploded. I don't know when it happened, but he wasn't like that at Christmas, but he's 14, and he literally had acne completely covering both cheeks, like completely. And I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? I didn't say that to him. Could you imagine, 14? But I thought, oh my gosh, like I right away when on the computer, I said to my sister, there's acne products coming your way. Get him to use those. And he sent me a text, I don't have my phone here. He sent me a text a couple of days ago and said, hi Aunt Camilla, I wanted to thank you for those products. They're really working.
Aww.
Like he's 14. Can you imagine like all the girls are like, ooh, right? So now they're like, oh. So, but I love that. I love that I was able to do that for him. And our acne products are amazing. And now I love that I have that personal testimonial. So we have awesome, obviously, anti-aging skincare because I'm using that. And that's, you know, my skin's, I love my skin. It's so pretty. I'm always touching it. It feels so soft. I love telling people I had to go for an MRI on my shoulder last Sunday because I had a shoulder injury and I think I might actually have to have an operation. Anyway, I go in there and you have to keep checking who you are, right? When you're in the hospital and you move from person to person, every time that happens, they have to go through all your information, make sure the right person that they're talking to. So he's like, what's your name? I said, Camilla Eves. He's like, your birthday is July 12, 1961. I said, yes. He's like, July 12, 1961. And I said, yeah. He says, that's you. I said, yeah. He says, you're 55? You're not 55. And I was like, I'm 55. He was like, wow, you look good. I'm like, you know it. Okay, so we have great skincare for every kind of skin. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what type of skin you have. Our products are going to work amazing on all of it. Beautiful nutrition products that really promote clean living. They really promote liver support. Liver support's so important. You know, our liver's job is to keep us clean. But if you drink more than 1 glass of wine a week, if you eat red meat more than once a week, if you eat fried food more than once a week, there's so many things we do every day that overload our liver with toxins, and it can't do its job. Those products promote clean liver, healthy liver, so they really help your liver to do its job properly so that everything else works, right? Your liver is the most important thing. And then we have, of course, personal care for everything, hair, body, whatever you need, and Optilite technology makeup, which is, I wear it, but when I do, what it means is, it doesn't matter what kind of light you're in, your skin will always look amazing from any angle. So really amazing, great products. Okay, what do I do? So that's always the big question. Like I give people all this information, they're like, yeah, but what do you do? And I go, well, this is what I do. And it's going to sound ridiculously easy and ridiculously simple, and you're going to want like crazy to complicate it, because you're human, but don't. This is what you do when you do Arbonne. The first thing you do is you replace whatever you have in your house with a safer, cleaner product. So when I started my Arbonne business, I just went through my house, and I'm like, okay, turning over labels, oh God, that's in there, oh geez, that's all in there. Like I did that, and I'm like, okay, what have I been doing to my 2.5-year-old, first of all, and then what am I doing to me? It all went in a bin, it all went in the garbage. And I replaced it with Arbonne. So I didn't buy anything that we weren't using. I didn't go buy a whole bunch of stuff I didn't use. I just replaced what we had, like the soap in the kitchen and the bathroom sinks, soap, shampoo, conditioner, a little bit of skincare for me, a little bit for my husband, shaving stuff, different stuff for my son because he was little. You know, I drank protein at the time, I drink tea, like just whatever we were using, vitamins, kids' vitamins, whatever. I just now started to support my own store. I just stopped buying them from other people. I stopped supporting other retail environments and paying for their overhead and helping them build businesses. And I started to purchase them from my own e-commerce store. So that's the first step. That's what I did. Then I started to share those products with other people. And when I shared them with other people, I owned a business. And that was it. And I would say, here you go, try that for a few days. I'm going to come back and take it back from you, but you're going to tell me how much you love it. And we're going to decide how you're going to purchase it, whether you're going to get a little discount or a big one. That's it, right? Super simple. If you want to just be a customer, you get a little discount. You want to build an empire, you get a bigger one. Okay? Okay. That's it. It's so super simple. So you stop purchasing products from other environments, other retail environments, and paying their overhead. You start to enjoy a better, safer, higher quality product for yourself and your families. You show other people how to become entrepreneurs like you by doing the same thing. You get paid when people buy product. And when you share them, you also have a tax shelter. You know, home-based businesses come with amazing tax benefits. So if you're looking at a home-based business, talk to your accountant about that and find out what you can write off. Okay, so it starts with you. I just want to go through a few of these people because I think they're pretty awesome. So in the middle is Katina. She's from Australia. She was a professional basketball player whose career was ended in one injury. Literally, like just boom, it was over. And so she started an Arbonne business. So now she's an executive national vice president, and she's like a child. I know she's 18, but she's young, right? So here, she worked her whole life to be a basketball star, boom, over. And now she's an executive national vice president, which is awesome. In the bottom here in the middle, we have Ian Pritchard. So Ian was a land developer who, you know, that when the stock market crashed and the euro went mental, his business went into the toilet. So he joined Arbonne, and now he is one of the top income earners in the UK and in all of Arbonne. So he's one of the top income earners in the company. Up at the top is Bosamba. So Bosamba was a football player. He actually lives in the US, but he's from Africa. And he joined Arbonne to send money home. He wasn't earning enough money as a football player to support his family in Africa. He needed more, so he started an Arbonne business. He's now an executive regional vice president, sent his mom a car a couple years ago. Love that, right? How awesome is that? Right there in the middle top is Anique Dean. So Anique is a young Arbonne national vice president who lives in Canada. So she's on the West Coast. She went nation. So she finished the top management level of this company on bed rest, like the week she gave birth to twins, with a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old at home. I know. So when people say I don't have time, I want to punch them in the throat. And then I'm just going to give you one more example. Peyton Mott, this lovely young girl right here, just promoted a couple of days ago to the top management level. At the same time, also just finished her nursing education. So she became a nurse and paid for her nursing education with her Arbonne business, and is now a national vice president with Arbonne and a nurse. And again, she's 21. Right? So she started Arbonne at 19 and just shared all of our beautiful healthy living products with everybody that she knew and built herself a legacy with that. So I love that. Most importantly, every single one of those people, you guys, and me as well, we started as a team of one. I started Arbonne in November of 2008. My launch was November 10th. Team of one. All by myself. My friends were in the room. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but you guys are going to love this stuff. And one is going to join my business. The first person, there were 2 people there that night. There was 20 people, but the 2 people that joined my team, one of them took 2 years. She's now a regional vice president direct to me. The other took 3 years. She's now an executive regional vice president direct to me. Those are the only 2 people that I knew before Arbonne that joined my team. Every single person in my organization, I met them after I started. Right? I had a huge network. They're all actors. And they all need great skincare, and they all need to make money, but none of them wanted to do Arbonne. So I was like, okay, and I built a business anyway. So it all starts with you. It starts as a team of one, and over time, you build a business. And you just keep talking to people, and some people are going to buy product, and some people are going to build a business, and over time, you're going to have a combination of both of those things in your organization, and you build a business. And that's how it works. Super simple. It just takes time. Okay, so it's a global opportunity. This is my favorite slide. This is the most important thing. When I heard this was a global opportunity, when I started Arbonne, we were in Canada, the US, and UK, and Australia, and I was like, okay, but I don't know anybody outside of Toronto. And Amy was like, well, that's okay, just bring people in Toronto. And I was like, okay. So I brought people in that lived in Toronto. I've never brought a single person into my organization who did not live in Toronto. I have businesses in every province of Canada, all over the US. In fact, I have an area manager in New York, all over the UK, Australia. I have people in Poland, I have people in Asia, I have people in New Zealand. I have people in Taiwan, and I have already got somebody ready to go in Germany. We haven't even opened our doors yet. Because it didn't matter that I don't know people. Every single person I know has a whole network of people that I don't know. Every single person I brought into my business has a whole network of people that I don't know. Every single person they bring into the business has a whole network of people that I don't know. And so now I have businesses everywhere, and I don't know any of them. But that's the brilliance of this business model. And we will keep doing this. Germany next year, they are the 4th biggest network marketing market in the world. We're already in the 1st and 2nd, that's the US and Taiwan and Asia. This will just keep going, you guys, until we're everywhere. It's the beginning of the tsunami, right? Like, it's crazy how amazing this is. And it doesn't matter if you don't know anybody anywhere. I guarantee you, somebody you know somewhere will. Okay, so where do you see yourself? You know, you can be somebody who hosts or purchases product. There's lots of ways to earn freebies and shipping and all kinds of fun, amazing things. We make it really profitable for our hosts and our customers, and we want to keep them, and we make it really nice for them. But you guys are here to hear about a business opportunity. So I want you to consider being an independent consultant. We get to purchase these products at 35 to 50% off. The startup costs are minimal. We have that incredible compensation plan that I went over, the Mercedes-Benz cash program. And I love this. And the opportunity for personal growth and development. So I have to say, when I started Arbonne, if Amy didn't talk about that, because I'm sure she thought, she's talking to somebody who's already hugely successful as an actor, a little bit of a celebrity in Canada, which means not a celebrity at all, but makes great money and has a big life. And she probably thought correctly that if she said to me, you're going to have personal growth and development, I would have been like, I'm 47 years old, I'm good. And that's what I thought when I started Arbonne. I was like, personal growth? You read the book, I'm good, right? So I told everybody, read this book's awesome, read that book, read that, everybody read those books. I don't need to read them, I'm good. But then I did. I had to read them because I started to grow this big organization with lots of different kinds of personalities, and I had to learn to be nicer and more patient and kinder and smarter. And I needed to understand what I was doing on a different kind of level. And I love that this business forced me in the most amazing way to become the best possible version of myself. And it continues to do that every day. And all of this personal growth and development that I've had to do in order to keep my business growing and successful bleeds into every area of my life. So I'm a better mom. How many people went to GTC and saw John O'Leary? So our son was being a goofball this winter. He was acting up at snowboarding class and being a 12-year-old boy, right? Like the instructor's 14. So, and Jack's probably bigger than him. He's the same height as me, right? Size 11 feet. So they called me from the school and said, you know, Jack's acting up and he's trying to be funny all the time. It's really distracting. And I think you need to remind him this is a school. So I did. I'm like, Jack, buddy, you can't do that. So then again, 2 weeks later, well, he was great for 1 week. And now they're back at it again, throwing off their, snowboards and roll down the hill because they think it's funny and everybody laughs. And I was like, okay, buddy, you're grounded. No snowboarding this weekend. You're in your room for the weekend. And I made him read that book, On Fire. And he thought I was the meanest mom until he read about John O'Leary's mom, right? But I love that that was my answer. Because I got to tell you, before Arbonne, that would not have been my answer. Well, first of all, he wouldn't have been snowboarding because we couldn't afford it. But I would have been probably like, oh my God, freaking out, go to your room, what's wrong with you, you stupid, all that kind of stuff that you say when you don't know any better. But I really love that in my life, Arbonne bleeds into everything. Better mom, better wife, better daughter, better sister, better friend. It's cool. It's really neat. And, don't poo-poo the personal growth, because I know I would have. You never know, right? Okay, so here at this point, you guys, I want you to dream big. So don't look at that picture, because I hate that picture. I don't know why it's that picture. I requested a different picture. But it's that one. That poor girl. I know she's probably like, really, the whole world's going to see that picture. Okay, but I want you to look at the message, because the message is good. You are where you are today because of the choices you made yesterday. And that's really good news, no matter where you are. Because you are in charge. You are 100% responsible for where you are in every area of your life. And you want that. You want to be in charge of that because you are also 100% responsible for where you can be tomorrow. With the choice you make today, you can be somewhere different. And I know for me, making the choice to do this business was the best thing I ever did in my life and a lot of other people's lives as a result. So, I want you to just ask yourself for a minute, where will you be in 5 years? Like for real, think about that. If you just keep doing what you're doing, what will be different for you? And then I want you to think about what would it look like in 5 years if time and money were unlimited? If you had as much as you needed of both and all the support you need to get that. What would you do? That's what is in your hand right now. That's what comes with this decision. This is not a mortgage decision, it's a Snickers decision. Remember the list? Look good, feel great. That's what's on the bad side. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is dream life. What do you want your life to look like in 5 years from now, 10 years from now? It's going to take time. It could take 10 years. But 10 years ago, I started this business 8.5 years ago. If Amy had said to me, it might take you 8.5 years to get where you are today, and if I knew where I was going, I would have been, where do I sign? Let's go. Like, I don't care. I'll do it. I'll do whatever I need to do. Because that's, if you could just think, what would your life look like? And if you knew you had everything you needed to get there, would you do it? Because you do. You have everything you need. You have all the support in the world. You have people that are nurturing and loving and want nothing more than for you to be a success at this. and you have the tools through these incredible products that are off the charts, and a business model and a compensation plan that supports it. So what would you do? You're gonna work anyway for the rest of your life. That's the world we live in today, folks. We don't live in a world where people retire at 50 with a white picket fence, right? That doesn't exist anymore. We're gonna spend the rest of our lives working, building somebody else's business regardless. So you may as well work in your own. You may as well, right? So I wanna thank you all so much for your attention. I really, really appreciate you coming. I love New York. I shall be back soon, I promise. I love that you all come out when I come. It makes me so happy. But thank you so much. If you have any questions, just come on after. But otherwise,